Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're back in my sketchbook, and you guys, originally I wanted to color this whole thing, but this basically is like a little comic that I worked on in my sketchbook. It's about 4 pages long of just like my sketchbook pages, and originally I was going to color them, but then I realized, oh my god, I did it on the front and the back pages, so I was like, that's not gonna work for alcohol markers, and I thought about doing it and showing it to you guys with colored pencils, and then I was like, that's gonna take fucking forever. It takes me so long to do colored pencil work, and I was like, I'm not gonna do 4 pages of colored pencil work. That's gonna take a fuck ton of time. And so instead I decided that I would just draw these little drawings of Kamau and Cricket of like their date outfits, and then I was gonna color those in for you guys just because I felt like it would take a lot less time. I'm probably still gonna color in those 4 pages of the comic, but it's gonna take forever. And so I was like, oh, not today. I don't want to do it today. I'm sorry you guys. But hopefully you will be able to see the full color version because I do want to color the whole comic. I'm not really going to explain too much of the comic just because it is kind of long, but the basic gist is that Katsuo is too nervous to ask Duke out on a date, so he has Cricket do it, and Kamau is like, that's stupid. He's not going to agree to that because Duke is also too nervous to answer, and it's just like a whole bunch of shenanigans, but they all end up going on a double date. So these are the outfits for the double date basically. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted their date outfits to be, just because I am not a fashion designer, you guys. I did recently, like last week or the week before, I think it was the week before, it's been a couple of weeks, but I bought some fashion lookbooks, fashion illustration lookbooks, and so they're mostly for women. Unfortunately, the looks, I think it's just because, most people generally draw women, just prefer to draw women, and also men's fashion is boring as fuck. So if you try to find men's fashion looks, they're all like super hella boring, and it's just like I'm trying to figure out how to do like different shirt designs and stuff. It would be easier if it was for ladies, because ladies have different like collars, different sleeves, different shit like that. For men, it's like you're lucky if you get to change up the collar type, honestly and truly. It's like a normal collar, or like a collared shirt, or just like a t-shirt, and like that's pretty much all there is to it. And then there's suits, and then sometimes you get a turtleneck in there, and that's about fucking it, you guys. And so I'm trying to come up with different outfits for my OCs, but it's really hard because right now most of my OCs are men, and so it's like I'm trying to get into like some different outfit ideas so that way they don't look the same all the goddamn time. And it's so fucking hard because men have like no variety in their clothes. It's like, okay, he's got a shirt and he puts a jacket on top of it, and then that's fucking it. That's it, you guys. I don't know why it's so hard. I could just like start drawing them in women's clothes, which I'm not opposed to doing. Like my OC Hope, I do draw him in a lot of women's outfits just because I think he looks cute in them. But for the other guys, I'm not sure if that's gonna work for them. Not all of them can pull it off like Hope can. Which is like weird to say because like Hope does not look that different from my other OCs. So I feel like the vibe fits Hope because Hope is like from hell, so he's like not like bound by like human sort of standards of like what fashion is. So he's like, I'll put on whatever the fuck. But the other guys are like normal people, and so they might be like, oh, this is against society's standards or whatever. It's like I could make them not like that, but whenever I'm like thinking about the character, I'm like, that's not true to the character at all. So it's like, fuck, I have to put them in normal boring ass male clothes, and that's so fucking hard. And so, but I basically figured out a way to do it for this comic at least. I don't 100% love them because I don't know if they really feel like date outfits. But technically, these two are not on a date. Well, they're on a date, but they're not like the main focus of the date. So they probably were like, I'm not dressing up that fucking much. I don't even want to be here. So I felt like it's okay that theirs is a little bit more casual. The other two is a little bit more dressed up, and I felt like that was okay because those two are supposed to be the ones on the date. But yeah, it's so hard to do men's fashion, you guys. General though, I would say I like the way these drawings came out. There are just some things I really don't like, but I guess I'll start focusing on the parts I do like. I really do like the way the Cricket's jeans came out. Unfortunately, that marker, I think it's B24, it's like sky blue or something, it was dry, and I was like, fuck, but I just decided, okay, it's dry, but we're gonna do it on purpose, so I just colored it in pretty messily. You guys saw that, and then I was like, just added some darker shadows to like the shaded areas, and I was like, that's good. It actually looks like jeans. I feel like if maybe you couldn't see like the sketch I did of his legs underneath, it would look pretty much just like jeans, like a sort of like acid wash type jean type thing. And so I was like, those pants came out really good, and so I really like that. And I feel like the way that I did Kamau's jacket, the black jacket, I feel like that also came out pretty good. And that's what I like about this. And also, I think Kamal looks really good. I think his skin looks really nice here. I did like leave a really big white space on his nose, so that's probably like too much. But honestly, I like it a lot, you guys. I love like really strong highlights on like the face. And so those parts I like. There's just like probably the one thing that I really don't like about this piece is Cricket's fucking hair. It's so hard to get his hair the way I want it, you guys, because the way I imagine it in my head, it's like a very pale, like sandy sort of blonde. And every time I try to draw it that way, I'm like, it looks so weird because it like blends into like his skin tone. Because I imagine that he grew up on a farm, so I imagine he's pretty tan. And then I'm like, if he's tan and then his hair is like a light blonde, it's gonna clash and look weird. And so I'm like, I don't know what to do about that. I have to figure out a way to like figure it out, because the hair that I did here, I don't like it at all. I feel like it's too dark. And also his eyebrows are very dark too. I decided that I want him to have like lightish blonde, sandy blonde hair, but I want his eyebrows to be a shade darker. I don't know if you guys have seen, there's some people who like they have like very blonde hair, like sandy blonde hair, but then their eyebrows are like almost black. I like that. I think it's very fun. And so I kind of want to do that for Cricket, but I just don't know how to like make his hair match in a way that I like, and it's bothering me. So overall, I would say I like the piece pretty much a lot. I mean, it's pretty good for just like a quick little doodle on my sketchbook. I'm okay with the coloring on it. I didn't want to make it too complicated. Like I said, it's just supposed to be a little bit simple thing in my sketchbook, so I didn't really mind if like the colors were a little bit patchy or whatever. But overall, I like it pretty well. There's just the parts of it that are like the colors are off just a little bit, but other than that, I don't mind it so much. The only thing that I do kind of sort of don't like is that I kind of feel like Cricket and Kamal are a little bit too close in height here. I don't imagine that Cricket is especially tall. I feel like Duke and Katsu are probably pretty similar in height, but I don't imagine that Cricket and Kamal are. But here we are at the end of the video here, you guys. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I will go ahead and see you in the next one. Bye!